Hey girls, welcome back to my YouTube channel, or welcome to my YouTube channel if you're new here. Do not forget to subscribe if you like what you see. Today we're going to be doing a full beat makeup look. I did these messy curls. I literally curled my hair and I'm just like pinching it to kind of give like this like frizzy, beautiful, messy hair, because it's kind of like the vibe that I was kind of going for. I wanted to do a full beat because I haven't been wearing makeup for the last couple of days, and so I was like, what do I do today? I want to do a full beat. Play with some brown tones, a little pop of color, and that's exactly what I did. I'm obsessed with the way it came out. If you really want to see how I did this makeup look, then just keep on watching. Okay, so yes, today I'm going to do a full beat makeup look with you guys. I want to actually do a whole tutorial with you guys. What is going on right now, we're going to focus on the eyes. So I did some tape just so I could get that clean crisp. I'm going to be using a variety of shadow palettes. I'm going to be using my favorites. This is the Morphe Outer Spice palette, Smoke and Shadow 9W palette. On the side, I don't really know exactly what I'm going to use from here, but I definitely feel like these two are definitely calling my name. Also have the Color Spell Smoky palette, just because I know these two shades right here, I've been loving these as well. I'm just kind of doing like a mix of like the favorite shadows that I have at the moment. Definitely want to incorporate this maybe into like a cut crease. If you're following along step by step, just try to find any of your palettes that may have already similar shades, right? So you don't need to use these exact palettes. I'm going to go into this shade right here. Don't be afraid to kind of drag it out here. My favorite thing ever is when it gets to the temple and then it meets my blush when I do my base later. And my tip for this is to definitely do not go light, do not be shy. I'm really building up this shade, even though it's just one shade and technically kind of like our transition shade. I really want to make sure that's as bold as it can really be. I'm going to go into the Smoke and Shadow 9W palette by Morphe, and I'm going to go into this shade in the middle right here and kind of tuck it into the crease a little bit. Don't really smoke it out too much like how we did with the previous shade. Before we move any further, I'm going to use this hand palette About Face, the Illusionist Skin Focus Concealer. Obviously, really focus. A little fluffy brush just like this, and I just kind of tap to blend that concealer. Now, I'm going to be going into the Outer Spice palette. I am going to be using the shade Sugar and Spice. I'm using that on a Morphe M303 eye packer brush. Tap into it a little bit, mix it with this shade from Color Spell Smoky palette. Of that, we're just going to pack that over the concealer. For the fun part, I'm going to just take a little brush like this and I'm going to spray a little bit of setting spray. Go into the Moira Aquamarine Chroma Light Shadow. For our outer corner, I am going to work outside in Outer Spice palette, and I am just going to be taking an S401 tapered blending brush by Morphe, dash of cocoa. Start down here. You don't want a lot of dark shadow right here, because then when you take off the tape, you do the rest of your face, it's gonna look really dark and bulky over here. You want to keep everything super seamless and blended. Brown shadow liner effect right here, so really focus it on the outer corner. I'm going to take this brown shade again, that to kind of blend the outer corner into bone color that we have going on. I don't want to completely mask this bone color right here. I want it to go the blue, the bone color, and then like my little brown color. But you just want to use this just to kind of blend everything so it's not super harsh over here. Tap a little bit of that color in there. You don't really need to be here for a long time. You just kind of just tap in. I'm just going to take this shade down here. I'm literally going to keep it super tucked just down here. Take some of this black eyeliner pencil, and I'm just going to take this like on my upper waterline, just a tight line. I'm going to take some makeup wipes and just literally clean this up down here. So we don't want all of this right here. Now we can move on to lashes. I hope we know how to do our lashes, right? We know how to glue on our lashes. I have my lashes getting tacky right now. I'm using the Moira number 12 Divine lashes, and then I'm just curling my lashes and doing some mascara before I apply the lashes. This is what we're working with. Beautiful. We're gonna start priming my face. I'm gonna use the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. Now, of course, oh wait, no, we're not gonna do primer. Hang on, I forgot to moisturize my face. I'm gonna be using the Rhode Barrier Butter. This is the Intensive Moisture Balm. I love to use this every morning and every night. I just love the way it feels on my skin, and it leaves my skin looking super hydrated, and I love that look. I'm gonna use some of the e.l.f. Glow Reviver Lip Balm. This is in the flavor Pink Lemonade. Now we can go in and prime our face straight in with the e.l.f. Soft Glam Satin Foundation. This is in the shade 22 Light Warm. So I do a little bit there. Let's just blend it in with the brush. I haven't done my makeup in a few days, so like I was itching for a full look like this. Morphe Set and Heat Cream Bronzer Stick in the shade Ignite. Blend it out. This is a Beauty Creations 8 brush. I love this brush. For my cream blushes, I am going to be using a blush mousse. This is by Prolux. I'm going to be using the shade Velvet Rogue and then also Berry Whip. So I'm kind of like aiming to do a bit more of like a gradient look. It's kind of like a transition blush vibe. I am just going to be taking a pink color corrector and I'm going to kind of keep it right here, and then I'm going to be using the shade Berry Whip first. These blushes look like a powder compact blush, but they're not. They're like more of like a mousse. So I just take some and I'm just going to kind of pounce it right here. You can comment blush blindness all you want, I do not give up. Next, I'm going to keep this higher. That looks pretty. The trick is though, when you are kind of setting the stage to kind of look like this, you really want to be careful when you finally blend it out, because yes, you can make it or break it, but want to be very, very careful. We're going to start off by just kind of blending this side first. Okay, and then before we do the darker side, I do want to go on this side so that way we're not transferring all that color. And then we can kind of tap in, blending it, bring it to the temples. Now I'm going to get my concealer and I'm just going to continue like normal, putting it in here. Now it's time for all of the powders. I'm going to do Morphe Bake and Set in Brightening Pink, and I'm going to do the Morphe Bake and Set in Translucent. But to level up that pink under eye, I am going to also do a pressed powder, the Moira Under Eye Setting Powder in the shade Sheer Pink. Now it's time for setting spray. I love the finish of setting spray, so I need to do it. And look at how powdery. Oh wait, we're not done. We're not done. Did I just like completely forget the rest of my routine? Stop. We need to do powdered bronzer and powdered blush. We're not even done. Psych. I'm just going to use my CL. This is my CL. This is my CL Shade and Protect in the shade Amalfi, and I'm going to use some of that to bronze the forehead, cheeks, my nose, blush, my favorite part. For powder blush, I'm going to be doing 2 powder blushes, of course. I'm going to be using the ColourPop Prairie Air, and then I'm going to use the Moira Love Blur blush in the shade Perfect Match. And of course, can you guess what we're going to do? I'm going to use this Perfect Match shade. I'm going to use it up here, and then this pinkier shade I'm going to use right here. Surface. And I'm going to do the Prairie Air. Just keep it right here. Beautiful. Now we could do our setting spray. I'm gonna just do some simple curls in my hair. These are my curls. I kind of wanted like a little messy curl, so I'm just kind of like doing this with my fingers. Just like that, my whole entire face is done. I'm so obsessed with how this came out. It's literally how I imagined it. I used to play with a lot of browns, but I wanted that pop of color, and I think that's exactly what I did. My lips, I did do a little lippy tutorial for my TikTok and for my Instagram. If you're interested in how I did this lip, go over there. No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna share with you guys what I did. 3 different lip liners. First, I did the Moira Must Have lip liner in the shade Chocolate. I outlined my lips, and then to kind of blend out that lip liner, I did go in with the Prolux Bare Contour lip liner. This is in the shade Bare. And then in the center, I did my tried and true, my Makeup Revolution Brunch Pink Nude lipstick. Then to kind of redefine my lip liner, I did go in with Warm Toast from Moira. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what else you guys want to see. I kind of hope that I can help you. I hope you guys enjoyed this makeup look. I had so much fun doing it, and especially bringing the fun and creativity to my YouTube channel, because sometimes I tend to lead these kind of tutorials for my short form content on my other social media platforms, but it's so nice to just sit down and do an old school tutorial. So fun. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here, and thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.